What's up, everyone? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about school, kind of like everything, like my thoughts about school, stuff like that. And before I start this video, I just want to say, yes, I missed a day of recording. That was on, which day did I miss? I missed Saturday. Okay, yeah, I missed Saturday, so that's my bad, guys. I was kind of doing other stuff. I had like 2 ultimate frisbee games that day, and I was kind of busy. But yeah, now I'm gonna come back and yeah, to try to make up for it. Even though I don't have to, I'm gonna make this video a little bit longer. I'm gonna be talking about like school. I'm gonna be going over like fights, teachers, lunch, everything kind of, and some other news that's going on with my school specifically, or my district. And yeah, but I also have an update on like my postings, so I think I'm gonna post a little bit less frequent. I think it'll be like once or twice a week, and I'll try to stick to that routine because it is really hard to upload every 2 days, especially when the motivation isn't exactly there. So yeah, let's start. The first thing I want to talk about is like teaching styles and what teachers do. First of all, I'm a visual learner, so I learn visually. If a teacher puts on like an audiobook or something, I am not paying attention to that shit because I can literally not. I can only pay attention to things that are like actually like visually there. So when a teacher puts on an audiobook or like, I don't know, plays like an audio track or just like talks, it is hard. It is hard to interpret what they're saying auditorily. I think that's a word, auditorily. Yeah, but like, it's just hard for me. I learn much better from like visual things like diagrams, videos, that kind of thing, like animation, stuff like that. And because of that, I think I learn better when we're not writing stuff down according to like, what the teacher says, and I'm just like really locked in trying to focus, or like drawing a picture or like something on screen that helps me focus on what the teacher is saying, because it is really hard to focus when the teacher's just talking. You're supposed to write down stuff. I don't know about you guys, it's probably not as bad for you guys, or maybe you guys are like auditory learners or like tactile learners. I think that's a thing. But yeah, I'm a visual learner, so that's harder for me. It doesn't mean that I get bad grades when a teacher teaches like that. I can do it. It's just harder. Like, it's just like you gotta really lock in and focus. Also, a couple weeks ago, I had to write down a bunch of things from a slide, and the teacher was kind of like summarizing it too. And like, when I'm writing it, I'm not thinking about what I'm writing. I'm thinking about like my handwriting and like, do I write this accurately? You know, stuff like that. So when I'm like taking notes, I'm not really thinking about what I'm taking notes on. So a lot of times, especially in like classes that I don't particularly like US history, the stuff that I write down, I don't really learn from, which makes the tests a lot harder because I didn't really learn anything when I'm writing down. That's also just like me. I know basically what I'm saying is kind of just like from my point of view, but yeah, I just want to say that. Also, my US history class is 3rd hour, which is right before lunch. I'm really like wanting to get to lunch and like not really doing the majority of the work. And that kind of brings me on to the next subject, lunch. We have 45 minutes for lunch, and there's like 2 lunches, so it's split. Like half the school gets 1 lunch and the other half gets the other lunch. So I think that's pretty cool. The year before that, it was 4 lunches, so it was like only like 400 kids per lunch. Now it's like 800, and it's like really crowded. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. If you get in line like early for the lunch, you're basically fine. You don't have to wait. But if you're late to the line, it's not fun waiting there for like 15-20 minutes. And then after lunch, I have 4th hour, 5th hour, and 6th hour, so it's kind of like split in the middle of the day. And 4th, 5th, and 6th hour, okay, I'll say 5th and 6th hour, I have math and science, and those are like fun classes. Spanish, 4th hour is not too fun. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like too much. But after Spanish, the day like kind of like zooms by. 5th and 6th hour are like a breeze because I like them. I'm like distressed. I think I'm thinking of the right word. Nope, never mind. Okay, well, like 5th and 6th hour, I'm like working and the time just goes by faster. That's basically how it works. It's like eustress. Is it eustress? I learned this once in health class. Yeah, it's eustress. Okay, yeah, so I have like eustress during those hours. Sometimes they're boring though. You never know when there's a freaking like boring math thing, but yeah, what can you do? But yeah, for the most part, they go by pretty fast. Also, something that's happening with my district, Minneapolis Public Schools, is having a strike, or might have a strike. Not like guaranteed, but I think they are going to. The reason that they're having a strike is because hall monitors aren't getting paid enough, and teachers aren't getting paid enough also, so everyone kind of needs more money. And if we do strike, which we probably will, we don't know how long it'll last, so it could be like 3 hours, or it could also be like 4 weeks. You never know. But if we do strike, I guess there's positives and there's negatives, because the positives, you get school off for as long as the strike goes. You don't got to do any work. But the negatives, if it's like long enough, if it's like longer than 2 weeks, you would have to make it up after school normally ends, like in June or whenever school ends. So that's not too fun if you have to do that. I know a lot of kids that would much rather just take school off a couple weeks now and then make it up later. But I think I would personally like to just get through school so that I wouldn't have to like, it wouldn't interfere with my summer because I wouldn't want to do that. But I guess I'm also fine either way. I would like to skip school. If the strike does happen, it would be like near my birthday time, which would be 12th of November. So I guess that would be kind of fun to have my birthday kind of like season off. But yeah, now I'm gonna talk about school fights. I bring up school fights because there's actually a fight on the October 30th, the day before Halloween. It was a Thursday, and there was like a crazy fight. I wasn't there, I wasn't spectating, but I think it was on like the girls' bathroom or something. Basically what happened was school let out early, like I think it was like 4 minutes or something, which is absolutely nothing, but you know, it's kind of cool. But and then there was like a bunch of like fire trucks and paramedics and police officers showing up at the school. I'm not completely sure what happened, so I'm not gonna really say much, but my opinion on school fights are like, they're gonna happen no matter what you do, so can't really do much about it because usually it's like play fighting turning into real fighting. I know that sounds hella corny, but like it realistically is. I've never actually been in a fight, but I could imagine it would be like not fun at all. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the video now. If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.